In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I grow a ton of food in other people's garbage. This is how we turn trash into treasure at Farming on the Rocks. Please stay tuned. Look like garbage, don't guys? That is what we thought too, until we found out the real use of these things. This is trash, but in this garden, it's treasure. Gone are the days when we see these on the street and drive past them or walk past them. And guess what? They're scarce now because you guys have been telling me that you're picking them up too. These are machine containers in a machine drums. And at Farming on the Rocks, these are invaluable. Invaluable, guys. We used to just walk past these or drive past these on the street. Not for the last year or so. We have not passed any of these, and they're becoming scarce. And I believe it's because I've been showing you how to utilize them. Not all of you know. So I'm going to show you how we utilize these in our garden, literally turning trash into treasure. My name is Mary if you're new here. And behind me and surrounding me here is our container garden where we grow all of our fresh produce. We might buy Irish potatoes. That might change soon. Onions and garlic, but that's about it. Everything else we grow in our backyard, including yams. And as you can see, we're about to have bananas in our backyard planted in containers. Let me show you how we utilize these to produce food to feed our family, friends, and so many more, guys. These are treasures. Before we even get into the garden, guys, let me show you why I enjoy using these out of all of the machine type container, drum type containers, because I do use the blue and the gray plastic barrels as well. I love those too. But let me show you why I enjoy using these ones before we even start going through the garden, to show you the containers that I'm currently using just like this, and also to show you the amount of food, well, some of, because for some reason sometimes I just don't photograph everything. Some of the things we grow in these containers. Now this drum, it is filled with holes. You see that? Usually I have to make holes in my containers for drainage. This is just absolutely perfect, guys. And I can put clay type soil in there, sandy type soil. It depends on which soil, I know how to mix it in order for it to hold the moisture, because this will drain and drain well. And I love it for that reason. And it drains around the side. At the bottom is very little. Let me show you. The holes down there is just one row, and then that center part there, I use something to cover it, so it drains very little at the bottom, and it settles, so though it doesn't dry out really. It drains well, but it does not dry out. It's also very, very wide. Very wide and deep. It's about 30 inches deep, and so it is just absolutely perfect. All right, let me take you in. We're going to start at the entrance of the garden and show you. Guys, I have so many of these in the garden. Let me take you through the garden and show you guys. I just love this. Come guys, let's go. As soon as you enter the garden, we have two of them right here. This one, usually the machine has two pieces, one that is solid, and then the one on the inner side is the one you're able to see where you put your laundry. That's the one with the holes, and then the one on the outer side is solid. So that is one of them that you're looking at right there. So we use both of the drums in there. And then this one is exactly like the one I showed you. And guys, I've grown so many things. I just took out what's it called? A crooked neck squash out of this one. And the pest did a number on that, but prior to me planting that, I've planted so many things in here and they have done exceptionally well. And I'm giving credit to the extreme perfect drainage in the container. But I've harvested so much from this. Presently it has corns growing in there, and I have some little tomato suckers that I'm going to remove, but presently there are corns growing, and I hope to harvest from those in the near future. And of course I'll share that progress with you. But let's move on because we have several others. In this solid one here, I have a pumpkin that it is doing okay. We're going to have to spray it off because presently it's being attacked by worms and aphids, but we're going to take care of that. We're going to lead it out of it and then find place under the mango tree here to just place it on the ground and cover the vines so we get more roots, so it produces pumpkins for us. So that is what is growing in that one presently. But as I said, we have several of these. That red one that we have right there, along with the one I'm about to show you, those are the two first one that we placed in the garden, and I got those from my neighbor. That's when I realized, oh, we've been seeing these on the street and we've been passing them. How come? This is the other one right here, and it's the same as the one I just took home and same as the one beside the red one out there. And right now it has a dasheen in there, but this one, guys, this one produce so much food. And the little mystery cucumber, so many of them growing in there, I'm going to put them on the food fence. It produce a lot. Tomatoes, we got some of the biggest tomatoes out of this container that we have right here. Huge salad tomatoes from this container. And we had corns growing in there at one point. We had red callaloo growing in there. We got so much from this container. And as I said, we've been seeing them less, so I know you guys are planting in them too. And guess what? Gardening family, we must share. There is no secret in gardening in my book. Whenever it is a secret until Marie finds out about it, because I'm going to tell you so you can grow food too. So as long as it reaches my ears, it is no longer secret. I'm telling you guys, because we all need to plant food. And if we all plant food, nobody will suffer. Nobody will steal your food because they're growing their own. It shouldn't be a secret how to grow food and grow it well. Don't you agree, guys? That's just my belief. Yours might differ. Let me know if you agree in the comments. All right, let's show you some more of these containers. I think the diatomaceous earth. Oh dear. Woo! There's a massive caterpillar on this cabbage. Look at this. And it bursts. I'm gonna have to harvest it before I move on up top. I think the diatomaceous earth is working for the ants. So I'm going to spray those peppers again. Look at this caterpillar. Guys, what on earth is wrong with these pests? Ah, my cabbage burst. I'm going to just harvest it. It won't be long. I'm going to show you. It might be going to seed. I wonder if any more caterpillars in there. This is a huge head of cabbage. But it burst open. So either it got a sudden dose of water that it did not expect and just split, or it's about to go to seed. I have enough seeds. I need my cabbage to eat. So I'm gonna give Malik to put it in the fridge. Malik, we're gonna eat this tomorrow. This leaf, I don't want it to spoil it. Look here. Bring it inside, Mal. and clean off. Hold on, I think I can do it right here. And put it in cling wrap, so we can cook this tomorrow. Yeah. Can't afford this caterpillar to eat off my cabbage or allow it to go to seed. This is about 3 pounds of cabbage. You know, there's another caterpillar in there, Malik. Look, see it right here? Oh my word. Out of order, man. Alright, Malik, just rinse it off and wrap it up. See, guys? Alright, let's move on. Thank you. If you follow these pests, you walk and pick up your containers, you plant your vegetables, you water them and take care of them, and then you don't get none to eat if you follow these pests. And no, our insects advocates are going to say they all serve their purpose. And I do believe that. But they could have eaten the wild things. Why they have to eat our vegetables? They can eat those and do their job just the same, don't they, guys? They eat exactly what you plant. Look how deep in the woods we are, and they won't eat. What would they eat if I didn't plant a garden? I don't understand. I know they serve the purpose, but I think they're spiteful. Anyway, this is a similar container, and from day one I have been planting ginger in this one. I have replanted ginger in there now, but guys, I've harvested 3 separate harvests from this container, and they have been incredible, and I'm so happy about those, and I'm looking forward to this one. Now, you might say, Marie, but you should rotate your crops in your soil. When you have land space, it is very different. Because I garden in containers, as you see, everything is planted in containers. I don't have soil like that. Sometimes I have to use the same container to plant the same crop over and over. But what I do, if you should watch some of my planting videos, or even the ones that I harvest and then replant, there's a wasp that is trying to bite me. When I replant, what I do is I take off majority of the surface soil and I replace it with fresh soil. So you'll see the same thing growing in the same container, and you're wondering, oh, is it doing so well and where to be rotating crops? It's because sometimes I either remove the soil completely or I replenish what is in there and I plant back the same thing, because it probably does well at that spot because of the lighting. For some reason, the containers, as I said, the drainage in these, everything I plant in them does well. So if it works for me, there's an old saying, if it's not giving trouble, don't change it. Something to that effect. So, or if it's not broken, don't fix it. That is it. So because the ginger does well in the container and does well at this location, all I did was to replenish the soil and replant the same crop in there. Usually it does well. Hopefully this time it will do well also. So that's the ginger planted there. I'm sitting flat on my butt on the ground, guys. So let's move on up and show you some more of these containers and how we utilize them to grow food in our garden. Ah, so beautiful. These stink bugs, oh my word. I'm going to try Miss Anne's remedy. Some citrus water. If you don't have strong will, you can't garden, by the way. I encourage everybody to garden, but going into gardening, you have to have strong will and dedication and perseverance and faith, patience, because the pests, they are trying, guys. The pest and sometime disease, it will test your faith. With that said, it's doable. So going into garden, go with that mindset and you'll make it. You'll do well as long as you're prepared. And that is why I show you the beautiful garden and I show you the pestilence too, because they exist and it's real. The struggle is real with them. All right, let's move on. The breeze blow down my susumba. Let me fix it and then get back around here. Oh, this thing full of thorns, you know. Oh, it is windy outside. Outside, really windy. Oh, what is that? All right, can stay there temporarily. All right, so we have two other containers down here. So these are two of the most recent ones that we have here. And I currently have peanuts growing in these two. These are two that I also... Can I tell you a secret, guys? The sun is in my eyes and I can't tell if you're seeing me, yes or no. So I'm going to be hoping for the duration of this segment that you're seeing me, because I'm not seeing you. So these two, as I was saying, I had peanuts in them first and they did absolutely amazing. I got huge peanut harvest. I'm not exaggerating, guys. I got a lot of peanuts from these. And then I said, you know what, let me rotate the crop and plant some tomatoes in there. The tomatoes started growing really, really well, but they did not produce. The pests were on them and they just did not do well here in general. I'm not sure if it's because it is shaded out for half of the day and tomatoes love full sun. Same thing for peanuts, they like full sun but they do well. And so I took out those tomatoes and I replanted peanuts. So presently we have some lovely little peanut plants coming up, about a week old. They germinate really, really quickly. And that's what I have growing in these. So guys, and guess what? I have two more that we picked up that we have not yet taken out of their plastic. Let me show you. They all, apart from the red drum solid, they have the plastic ones as well. So we have two plastic ones that we're going to work on. I'm going to plant in the future. And I'll share that with you when I do that. But let me show you what the outer container for these ones look like now. They used to be metal, they're no plastic. Let me take you up here and show you. All right. So there is one further down with yams. This one right back here, this right here, that is also the inner drum of a washing machine. But the thing is, those ones, can you see me? I hope you can. The plastic ones, they crystallize over time. The metal one will rust, but it takes a very, very long time because they're coated with some paint of the sort. Because you know soap can be corrosive, and so they have to put something over it to protect them. And it protects them in the garden as well. So I'm so happy about that. So that is why there's so many reasons why I use that container. I have another plastic one back here. Oh, it's not one. It's actually three more washing machine containers. Those are two plastic ones over there. That's a very, very old, long time days machine. That square one. That is also one of the plastic ones. That might not last long, but for now it is producing food. And right here, this is another one that has peanuts growing in there currently. I harvested peanuts from that one before too. And let me take you closer because this peanut, I think something is off. It might be the stink bugs. There's a ton of stink bugs in there, and they might be the issue, as well as there is ants in there. What I have been using, I've been using the diatomaceous earth for the ants, the aphids, the worms, and the stink bug. I've seen where it is working really well for the ants. It works for the white flies. I'm not seeing the white flies on the pepper, but I'm still seeing some aphids. So I'm not sure. It might not be a one fix for all the pests, but it does work for some things. I keep it very close by me whenever I'm in the garden, and I have it in my handy dandy duster here. So it's the diatomaceous earth that I'm using. It's a powdery substance. I really should be wearing a mask, but I'm going to try and be very careful. And this little thing here is called a duster. I'll leave a link in the description if it is that you're interested in either the diatomaceous earth or um, the duster. So you can check the description if it is you're interested in getting one for yourself. It works for the ants really. So I'm going to dust these and see if it helps with those pests in here. All right, so as I was saying, let me close this. This is also one of the machine containers that I utilize, and they have been for deep rooted vegetables like my yams and my, well, I'm yet to plant sweet potatoes in them, but I'm going to try and do that. For those root vegetables that need space to go down, it's ideal for them. And apart from that, it's ideal for anything to be planted in because it's not shallow, so the soil is moist for longer. So I really, really enjoy using those. So that is how I utilize people's trash, basically. And for those of you who have been with me since day one, you know, Farming on the Rock started with only recycled things. It's lately that I started adding pots and so on, and even so, it's the cheap, really economical, because they're not really cheap, you know, guys, but they're the economical pots that I can get in the wholesales. That is what I've been using since containers became so scarce. But Farming on the Rock started out with only recycled containers, recycled pots, buckets, bins, board, whatever I could find to plant food in. That's how we started. And we have been feeding ourselves ever since we just started. So I encourage you to grow food. What I will say to you, I'm not telling you how to grow it or what to grow it in, because some of you might disagree with planting in plastic and some of my recycled containers. I'm not telling you to plant it in what I plant in. What I'm encouraging you to do is to grow something that will feed you and your family and comfortably. So plant it in whatever makes you comfortable. All right, so that is it for today. And remember, if it is you're interested in the little duster here and the diatomaceous earth, I'll link them in the description. All right, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you so much. Take care until I see you tomorrow in our next video.